Hey man,
Yeah,
I was just wondering,
wondering what?
how does it feel to always drive people? You're amazing at it.
Well, I mean, it's hard to explain, but I guess it's a talent. Comes natural.
Even peer pressure, divorce, suicide, beer
No,
fests.
not at all. What? Is this even related to this?
Well,
Huh? How? I don't think that I am responsible fully for these claims.
but you always driving people. And let's not forget the good and all, but of late I think you're gone too
Now,
far.
hold on just a minute. That's how people see it?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Positive. In fact, just between you and me, I totally get you. I understand you.
Thanks, y'all. I never saw it like that at all. Hey, wait a minute. Is this D-mode? Congratulations, you have just won yourself a lifetime ticket to listen to me. That's right, the haziest wonder of the world. Forget I said that, and I know the montage wasn't good at all, so scratch it too. Scratch it off like a DJ. Uh. But on the other hand, one thing you should not forget is the support you guys showed us on our pilot episode. Oh, yes. Thank you. I know the kickstart was lovely, and I appreciate all of y'all who've been backing us up since. And now I can safely say that.
Howard, the Force is with you.
Moving on. Now, I had a friend once. I don't know if any of you will relate to this, but you see, back a dozen years ago, I lived in flats and had this friend. We'll call him Stanley. Now, Stanley was a cousin to a friend who came visiting for the holiday. He had some spunk about him, I will not lie, and seemed very outgoing, and I suggest it was because of the school he attended at that time. Now, one day, Stanley found me and the homies from the flats hanging, but it wasn't just us. There were these girls there, of which apparently I had a crush on one at that time. Let's call her Autumn. So Stanley joined us and seems he had his eyes on some fallen leaves. I won't say I was okay with it, ideally, but being young at that time, the feelings we had. Let's just say Stanley had to stun me from a possible stampede, and this was the least and bearable time for winter, cause she was autumn my lead. Yeah, a few years later, I came to know that it's called thirsting. Yes, that is called thirsting. Everyone out there, that is called thirsting. And after a dozen years plus one, I saw it as, well, what I didn't do to what I did do, or why I didn't act simply because of my inception. Right. Connect the dots. That's right. Now, Inception. Should I define Inception? No, I am not going to define Inception. Too much time, Baba. Just to pick up a phone and look through the dictionary. I mean, these days, this technology and oh, mama, it has really made things easy for us. So to start off, simply, that's Inception. It's simply a start, a kickstart, a beginning, and or ideally to act upon like other things, to act upon like me starting the motivation, you going out to have lunch, maybe playing soccer, or simply starting your music career or whatever you feel fit or deemed to pursue in life. Inception. And simply what we put in is what equals to what we get out of. That push-pull factor, what you reap is what you sow. All those things are part of Inception, and it is actually also based morally and commonly due to social hierarchy. This social hierarchy is also determine our Inception levels. And we see some motivational speakers such as Les Brown, Eric Thompson, and the Tom Hopkins actually giving us their Inception on motivation. Now, you ever asked yourself like the reasons why people motivate? You ever wondered why people motivate or why you need motivation? Well, simply, I will put it straight up. So I came up with two factors. There is the why factor and the who factor. The why factor is like why we need motivation, why we need it for ourselves or for others. So the why factor will focus on, let me just say it focuses on to focus. It also focuses on discipline, kickstarting achievements. You need that extra push when you want to achieve, So you need that someone to tell you, stop doing that. You got it. You got this, even though you just seated listening, but you got this. You got this. Come on, push hard. And others for seriousness who are never serious in their life, so they need that extra boost. That is the why factor. The who factor, though, is well, who needs motivation? You know, come on, who needs this? Well, the who factor is basically for oneself, you know, intrapersonal between me and myself. I need to know when to motivate myself. For the public, like the Les Browns, you know, those are public motivational speakers. They speak to the public. Motivation, go through countries, you know, towns, speak to the kids who are disabled, those who are underprivileged and all. And it was also used to build an immersed character in our work, our decision making, our school life, and so on. But I do not know any anti-motivational speakers. I don't know any of you. No one, because I do not trump any. I do not trump any. How about demotivation? Well, it's that name again. Yes, it's me, Howard. I made the list, Mom. I made the list. Unbelievable, right? Yeah, summing up demotivation again. I found that it was easier actually to demotivate people rather than motivate them. Not our demotivation, but the other one, the anti-motivation. Our demotivation is more complex than, you know, the usual one. But demotivating people is easier because, well, simply people have hardships. People have hard times committing to their plans. And the lazy long-term factor. Nobody wants to commit to a long-term plan. It is harsh, man. It is bad, man. I will sum up simply by saying, well, why motivate? No. I'll sum up by simply saying motivation is individualistic. That word though. It's self-determined and it is very situational, you know. You need motivation at certain times. It's not every time you need motivation. I mean, you know, when you're going to sleep, you're like, sleep. You got to sleep. You need rest. Nah. Most of the time we use it when we want to achieve things. So we usually place motivation above all else when we're trying to achieve things. How about demotivation? Now I'm talking about our demotivation, not the anti-motivation, because I still don't trump any demotivational speakers. Well, demotivation is simply immature. You know, it's a mutual thing and it's also very mature. It's up there. Then it's factor-based as well. And it is interpersonal, you know, between individuals, between groups. So to get demotivated, you cannot be alone. No, you gotta communicate with others too. You know you gotta. So you see, it's all about what your mind's up to. What you decide to put in. It's all about your
Inception, it's grace. Keep us entangled, we are who to blame. Inception, for sake.